Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be talking about the best settings for your Livescope Plus unit. So we just got my new boat here and I have a Garmin 126 SV, something like that. And I have it hooked up to the LVS34 transducer. So I have the Livescope Plus now. I used to run active target, but we switched over to the Garmin because the screens are just so much clearer. I fished with a buddy that had Livescope Plus last year, and it was insane how much of a difference it was between my active target and that Livescope Plus. So we went with that. So we're gonna walk through how to set this unit up with the best settings, everything like that. I did get my boat rigged at YINZ Marine. So one, if you're interested in looking for a boat or rigging or anything like that, go ahead and check them out. I'll leave their link down below. Adam is a friend of mine. He works down there. So if you're looking for a new boat or a rigging job or anything like that, go down there, stop in, tell them you saw my video, and they'll get you all hooked up. But they rig Jacob Wheeler's boat, Matt Becker's boat, people like that. And they were able to explain to me how the settings work, how the setup works on all your wiring and everything like that to get the cleanest image. So we're gonna go out there. There's some suspended fish and stuff like that out there that we're going to kind of show you how it looks base, and then from there change all the settings to show you what it'll look like once you get the settings dialed in. The other thing we did, the Garmin box is in this compartment right here. If you want to see how I have my whole boat laid out, I'll link at the end of this to my boat tour. I did a boat tour video of everything in here. I have my Garmin box in here, so if anything ever happens, I have easy access to it. But that runs back to the back on the wiring harness that Phoenix has. So it has dedicated power to that box and to that unit to give it the cleanest image. And it also has a dedicated battery. So I have a AGM cranking battery back there that all of that runs off of. And then it's hooked to a jumper to another AGM cranking battery. So if I ever drain the power and need extra juice to get through the day, I can flip a jumper and go over to that battery and pull power off of that. So that's how I have that all set up. It gives you a pretty clear image right out of the box. The only thing I've done to this so far is just take it out of auto. So I literally, I'll show you once I get up here, but I literally just touched plus or minus on the gain, the depth, and the range just to take it out of auto. I haven't touched any other settings. So once we get out there, we'll mess with all the settings and we'll show you what my favorite settings are to get the cleanest image. So let's head out there and see if we can find us some fish. All right, so we're gonna try my best to do this with the wind and everything going on. My screen does need cleaned here a little bit, but what you can see, there's some small specks out here and I can see out to 100, but the screen's really not that, like everything's not popping like it should. So what I said I did, I literally just hit this plus or minus on each of these just to take it out of auto, and that was it. I stopped right there. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hit on menu here, and then we're gonna go to Sonar Setup and Appearance. And this is where we're going to change some of our permanent settings. So there are some settings that I'll change permanently and I won't touch again, and then there'll be other settings that I change on a daily basis. If you like different color schemes, there's a whole bunch to choose from. Midnight blue, black emerald, copper, amber. Amber is the one it comes with out of the box, but if there's anything that you like best or that your eyes see best in certain conditions, that's the one that I would go with. For right now, we're just gonna leave it on amber just to see how it is compared to what it comes out of the box with. Color gain, it's gonna come as default. You wanna run this probably somewhere between 70 and 80%. We'll stick on 74 first and see how that does. But basically what color gain is going to do, you can already see it's seeing out much further here. This is all a lot brighter now, so everything's going to show up a lot brighter on the screen and you're going to be able to see out a lot further. The sun is killing me here, but it's just going to make everything pop a little bit more. We're going to stay in Sonar Setup and in Appearance, and we're going to leave Trails off and we're going to leave Bottom Fill off, and then Color Limit, I'm not going to change Color Limit right now. And then when we're back in Sonar Setup now, we're gonna go to Layout. We're just gonna work our way down through all the options. These are gonna be the permanent ones that I leave. I'm gonna take the grids off just so I can see a little bit better so I don't have all those crisscross lines everywhere. We're gonna leave the scroll history off. The on-screen control we're gonna leave on show so we can change our like on the fly settings. And then reverse range, we're gonna change this to minimum. So we're seeing more screen out in front and less behind the boat. So right here, if it's on default, you can see you're starting 0 here and you're seeing behind the boat. If I change it to minimum, it goes back further, and I mean, you can even change it to hide if you want to and really see all the way out in front, but I'll leave it on minimum for now. You can go to full even and be able to see like 10 feet behind the boat, but that's pretty much useless, so go with minimum for now. And then compress range, we're going to leave that off. Basically what that does, it'll give you more screen here and then compress further out. I'll turn that on just so you can see what it looks like here. But you can see this is now wider, and then as you get further out, it'll compress these numbers down so that you can, it'll compress those numbers down so you can see out further, but the closer up stuff you'll be able to see better. I don't like that, so we're gonna go back in and we're gonna turn that to off. Our noise reject we're gonna run on high, especially with how dirty the water is today. Probably can't see very well, but that's very dirty water. So I almost always leave it on high anyway, but we're gonna run that on high so we can see what's going on there. TVG we're gonna leave off. Ghost reject we're gonna leave in auto for now. Some of these settings I will play around with throughout the season, but that's basically where I'm gonna start with for now. Installation, don't really need to change anything in here. It's already on forward orientation, and that's about it. And then in here, you can edit your overlay if you want to. I'm not going to do that. You can turn your transmission off. We're not going to do that because we want our transducer to work. Other than that, really in Sonar setup, the only other thing to change on a daily basis would be your color scheme if one shows better than the other while you're looking throughout the day. Then on your daily basis change here, as you can see, I'm in 21.9 feet of water, but my bottom is only on 20 feet. So we're gonna hit the plus on that. That brings it up to a 25 foot, so I can see the bottom there. I wanna bring this to where I can basically, I'm gonna put this at 30 foot here so I can see the bottom the whole way out and be able to see what's going on out there. And then we'll change our gain to be able to read different stuff. Basically what you wanna do is blow your screen out like that there. Let's see if I can get that. Blow your screen out like this so that you can't see what's going on, and then you just dial back your gain till all that goes away. Just to barely where it goes away. So I probably run it at 70% here, and that'll give you the most pop on your screen, but it also filters out all that noise there. So now when we're looking at our screen, I cleaned it off a little bit here so we can see what we're talking about. Now you can see minimal behind the boat. Our 0 starts right here. We can cast all the way out. I can see 100 foot out on what's going on out here. I can see these brush piles. I can see these fish suspended up high right here, here. Those ones are all popping now. And I'm able to see everything that's going on. So just for fun, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back in here. I'm gonna show you basic again, and then we're going to reset everything we just did really quickly so we can show you exactly how to do it and what it should look like one more time. So restore sonar defaults. We're gonna click yes. We're gonna go back into pan optics. We're gonna go to menu. It's gonna automatically change it to forward like it just did. We're gonna hit OK. And then we're gonna run right down through. First thing we're gonna do, everything's in auto, minus, plus, doesn't matter, it'll just take it out of auto. Then we're gonna go down into menu, sonar setup, appearance we're gonna leave the same, layout, we're gonna take the grid overlay off, we're gonna hide the scroll history, reverse, on-screen control we need, reverse range, we're gonna change to minimum, and we're gonna leave compress range off, appearance, color gain, we're gonna put that somewhere in like the 75% range for now. We'll play around with that. And then everything else here, trails off, bottom fill off, color limit, you leave that all the same. Noise reject, see how this is kind of fuzzy right now? We're gonna hit high and it should take the majority of that away immediately. So already cleans up the screen right there. That helped off the bat. TVG we're gonna leave off, ghost reject we're gonna leave off, overlay data, we're gonna leave all that in there. Installation, like I said, it automatically did the orientation, everything else is good. So now all you have to do, run your range wherever you want it. I like to leave mine somewhere between 80 and 100 feet so I can see as far out from the boat as I can. And since I'm bass fishing, a lot of times I'm going to want to see 80 to 100 feet out, just so that I can get the cleanest view and see fish farther away from the boat. If I were crappie fishing, I could put it on 30 or 40 if I wanted to. It would give you a cleaner image. You'd be able to see. Did you see that fish just chase that other one? That was sweet. You would literally be able to see the crappie better and like what's going on with it. But since I'm bass fishing, I want to be able to see these dots way out here and be able to make a cast that far away. So I run it 80 to 100. Try to leave it on the same range as long as you can, just because that's going to give you a better chance of being able to gauge size of fish, learn scale of everything and stuff like that. So we'll probably put it on 80 for now just to kind of get used to it. And then gain, like I said, blow your screen out, can't see anything, and then dial it back until it's just clean enough so you can see what's going on. So somewhere about 70% looks good to us. There's a little bit of fuzz right there, but it's still going to give you the best picture to see what's going on. Look at how clean that screen is the whole way out. And then for range, I just run my depth range like 5 feet or so deeper than what's going on, just so I can see all the way down to the bottom. So right there, we're in 23 feet of water. I got it on 25. You could run it somewhere between 25 and 30. There is not a middle range there, but somewhere between 25 and 30 is going to give you the best picture. And these you'll have to change as you fish. So I kind of try to leave my long range on what I can, like I just said, so you can see scale. But your gain and your depth, depending upon how deep of water you're fishing and clarity of water, each day you go out, those would be the two that you'd change. You'd leave everything else the same, and you're going to get that really clear picture to see fish just like that. So there will be a video coming on how to get better with Livescope, and I'm also going to figure out how to screen record this better so you can see what's going on, and just how to catch fish with Livescope. But to have the right settings, this is what you got to do. Once you have those settings like that, you're ready to fish and start catching some fish with your Livescope. Again, like those guys right there. How sweet is that? Crystal clear, you can see them clean as day, swimming right towards the boat. Super awesome. There's some more even out there. Great way to catch some fish, and those are the settings that I like to use. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video talking about the best settings for your Garmin Livescope unit. Try those settings out, see if it catches you some more fish. I spent a lot of time crappie fishing last year with my active target and learned how to use some of those settings. I'm excited to have the Garmin Livescope and being able to play around with that. I think it's going to be a game changer. This year we're going to try and learn how to use it for bass more, trying to catch some big smallmouth with it, everything like that. Overall, it's a thing that just takes a lot of practice to learn how to use and get good with. And we're going to be teaching you all that throughout the year. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of it. If you're trying to learn how to use some Garmin Livescope and catch some fish, we're going to be teaching a lot about it this year. And then check out this video right here if you want to see how I rigged that up in this boat. So we have all the rigging to do that Garmin Livescope full boat tour right there. Hit the like button down below, and thanks for watching.